I gave him access to help pay our mother's bills. He is my brother, and I trusted him completely. I drove her to the bank myself and signed the power of attorney form. Before anyone checked, $430,000 was gone from that account. Our mother is 81. She has never once logged into her own bank account online. She trusted the two of us to handle it, because that is what she raised us to do. I keep going back to the day I signed. Nobody at that bank asked me a single question about oversight. No one mentioned a second signature, or an alert, or a form that would let anyone else see what he was doing with her money. I am not telling you this so you feel afraid of your own family. I am telling you this because the thing that let it happen was not a stranger, and it was not a scam call. One piece of paper, signed with good intentions, was enough. So was a system with no second set of eyes on it at all. What almost nobody tells you before you sign that form is what actually stops someone who already has the keys. Here is the number that should scare you more than mine. In the year before I signed that form, families across the country filed 155,000 reports of elder financial exploitation, totaling $27 billion. My brother's theft falls into that same category. This is not scam calls from strangers. This figure includes both, and it is almost certainly low because most of what happens inside a family is never reported at all. The government's own banking regulators split that total into two separate categories because the two problems are not the same. One is called elder scams. That is a stranger on the phone pretending to be your bank or your grandson. Elder theft is the second category. Someone who already has the password, the login, or a signature like mine. Every warning I had ever heard was about the first kind. Hang up on strangers. Never give your password over the phone. Watch out for gift cards and wire transfers. Nobody had ever once told me what to watch for in the second kind, because the second kind does not ask you for anything. There is nothing to ask for when someone already has what they need. Elder theft does not look dramatic. There is no urgent phone call, no fake police officer, no countdown timer on a screen. A normal Tuesday, a normal signature, a family member doing what they were asked to do. That is exactly why it goes undetected for so long. There are 3 things that would have caught what my brother did within a month, not 11. Nobody in my family knew a single one of them. I am going to walk you through all 3. First, understand what a power of attorney actually is, because I did not really. When you sign one, you are not giving someone permission to help. You are handing them the legal authority to act as if they were your parent, financially, with almost no one watching. I remember the appointment itself taking less than 20 minutes. A notary checked our IDs. My brother signed. I signed. Nobody at that bank asked what oversight looked like, because oversight was never part of the form. Only one question gets asked on that form: who gets the power? Never who is watching the person who has it. A real legal protection does come built into the document. The person you name owes what is called a fiduciary duty. That means they are legally required to act in your parents' interest, not their own. Breaking that duty can mean criminal charges, and in some states, a civil lawsuit at the same time. But a fiduciary duty is not a lock. It is a promise, on paper, that only means something after someone notices it was broken. No one is checking that promise while it is being kept. Nobody is checking it at all, unless someone builds a way to check. And here is the part that made this take 11 months instead of 1. A team at the National Institute of Justice studied how often families report financial mistreatment once they find it. When the person responsible is a stranger, families report it 2/3 of the time. When the person responsible is someone they know, a son, a daughter, a brother, families report it only 1 time in 8. 87.5% of the time, when it is someone inside the family, nobody ever tells anyone at all. Not because they do not notice, because noticing means admitting who did it, and admitting who did it means a holiday table with an empty chair. That is not a banking problem. That is a silence problem. And silence is the only thing my brother actually needed. I am not the only family this happened to, and it does not always look like mine. In a case that was widely reported, a woman in another state gave her nephew power over her accounts when she turned 95. He was the grandson who visited every Sunday, the one everyone trusted with the spare key. Over 2 years, he moved $550,000 out of accounts she had spent a lifetime building. No one in her family questioned a single withdrawal. She found out when a bank teller, not a family member, finally asked her a question about a transaction that did not match anything she had ever done before. A teller caught it before her own family did. In my case, it was a mortgage company. The call came on a Tuesday afternoon, and I almost let it go to voicemail. They were asking about a loan my brother had taken out against a property that was still legally hers. I remember standing in my kitchen, asking the woman on the phone to repeat the number twice, because I was certain I had misheard her. That is the only reason I know the figure today, not a bank statement, not a relative sitting me down. A stranger, doing her job, who happened to ask the right question at the right time. Neither of us should have needed a stranger to catch it, but we did, and once we did, everything changed about how I handle every account with her name on it. I promised you 3 things, and here they are. The first is dual access. Every major bank will let a second family member set up read-only viewing on a parent's account, without removing the person who already has power of attorney. Most banks call it a view-only user, or an authorized viewer, and you ask for it at the branch by name. It costs nothing, and 1 visit is all it takes. If I had asked for this the same day I signed, someone besides my brother would have seen every withdrawal as it happened. The second is real-time alerts, set by your parent, not by the agent. Any transaction over an amount you choose sends a text message instantly to your parent's phone and to yours. You set the threshold together in the banking app in under 10 minutes. This is not about distrust as a rule. An honest agent has nothing to hide from an alert. Only a dishonest one is inconvenienced by it. The third is the accounting. Under the law, any agent holding power of attorney can be required to produce a full, itemized accounting of every transaction they have made on your parent's behalf. You ask for it in writing, covering every statement since the day the form was signed. You do not need proof of wrongdoing to ask for one. You only need to ask. If they refuse, that refusal is itself the answer. Dual access, real-time alerts, your right to demand an accounting. 3 things, and none of them require you to take the power away from the person you trust. They only require you to build in a second pair of eyes. None of this takes a lawyer to start. None of it takes an accusation. 1 phone call, 1 conversation, faster than the drive it took to sign the form in the first place. Here is what I have to be honest with you about, because pretending otherwise would be its own kind of harm. What happens after you catch it varies enormously by state. Some states let a family compel a full accounting through probate court in a matter of weeks. Others make the process slower and far more expensive. In most states, you have years, not months, to file a civil claim once you discover the theft. But the exact number where you live is not something I can responsibly tell you here. This is exactly the conversation to have with an elder law attorney in your own state, before you need one, not after. Usually a single consultation, and cheaper than every month spent not knowing where you stand. And I want to say this plainly. Setting up an alert or asking for an accounting does not mean you think your brother or your sister or your own adult child is a thief. Most agents never take $1. This is not about distrust. It is about making sure the person you trusted never has to be the only person watching. I still love my brother. I have not stopped speaking to him, but I do not sign anything for our mother anymore without a second person seeing it too. And that is a boundary I wish I had built on day 1 instead of month 11. So if someone in your family already holds power of attorney for a parent, here is everything, one more time. Ask the bank for dual, read-only access for a second family member. Set up real-time transaction alerts in your parent's name. And know that you can request a full accounting at any time, for any reason, no questions asked. If you do only one of these tonight, make it the alerts, 10 minutes on your parent's banking app, and it is the one thing that would have told my family in week 1 instead of month 11. If this helped you see something in your own family you had not thought to check, like this video, and subscribe for the next one. I will keep bringing you what nobody explains to you before you need it.